You have a dream, a mission, a vision, to see your church make a greater impact in your city, your region, and your world. But you're not sure where to begin. You have too many unanswered questions. Where do we start? How do we start? Do we have the resources we need? And who can help us? That's where Assist Church Expansion steps in. Our vision is to help you see your vision become a reality. Through a strategic partnership with Charis Fellowship churches, we dream of seeing our fellowship become a movement. Church planting, multi-site campuses, revitalization, and adoption. Just a few of the ways Assist Church Expansion can be a partner to you as your ministry aims to reach more people and make more disciples of Jesus Christ. Visit our website today to schedule a consultation. And as God's grace reaches more and more people, God will receive more and more glory. Well, hey there. Welcome to the Assist Church Expansion 2020 Summer Ministry Update live. Can't believe we're actually doing this live. It is so great to be across the country, across the United States and Canada, and anywhere else in the world you might be joining in to tune in to this update this evening. My name is Bart Blair, and I'm the Communications Director for Assist Church Expansion. I'd like to start by thanking Bartley and Wade for the pre-show. They did not bag on us nearly as much as I thought they were going to. In fact, Wade paid me a pretty great compliment. He showed a picture of me from about 15 years ago and said I hadn't changed much. I appreciate that, Wade. You're a good friend, in spite of what I might have said about you earlier today. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in today. You may not know anything about Assist Church Expansion, or you may be one of our friends, our fans, our followers. What we hope to do this evening is just take a little bit of your time to give you some updates with things that are going on across the Charis Fellowship, in which God has enabled us to partner with different churches. We've got some amazing things happening. We're super excited about the way God has been using us and the new relationships that we have with churches across the country. You're going to hear from some of the leaders and some of the projects that we're working on, some updates there, as well as some updates from some of our own ministry leaders within the Assist Church Expansion team. Before we get into things into the meat of our program, I wanted to take a few minutes just to introduce you to some of our team members. Now, if you're on our email list or you get our newsletter, you know we've been adding team members like crazy, and we don't have time to introduce you to everyone this evening. You're going to see a few people throughout the program, but here at the beginning, I wanted to introduce you to some of the key players of the Assist team, and I want to start by introducing you to one of the newest team members that we have. Mike Gentis is not a stranger to the Charis Fellowship. Many of you might know Mike, but Mike has recently joined the Assist Church Expansion team as the Director of Operations. So from the East Coast of the United States, let's welcome Mike, and he's going to give us a little update on things he's been working on.
Thanks so much. Greetings this evening from Raleigh, North Carolina. My wife and I and our family moved from Long Beach, California, here to Raleigh earlier this year. And one of the exciting parts of this move has been the opportunity to join Assist Church Expansion as the Director of Operations. So it's a real privilege for me to join this team. A lot of these guys and gals I've known a long time, as we've been in the church planting space in the Charis Fellowship. And so we're really excited to continue that work, excited to join this team that has been working on a lot of things, and especially on revitalization. And so that's a really awesome opportunity for us to impact our fellowship. So I want to hand it back to you, Bart. Greetings again from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey, thanks, Mike. For those of you who know Mike, you know he brings a great deal of system, structure, and order wherever he goes. And God brought Mike onto our team at the absolute right time. As we've been spinning things up here with the Assist partnerships that we have with churches across the country, things have gotten a little bit crazy. And bringing Mike on the team has been a great way for us to organize ourselves and to set ourselves up for great success in the future. So we appreciate you, Mike. Thanks for joining the team. Next, I'm going to introduce you to some people that, if you've been around the Assist camp or the GB Canada camp for any length of time, these are not strangers to you. They're some of our most tenured team members. Another couple without whom we would probably be totally lost. And that is our friends Ted and Elise Adamanis, who are coming in from Pahrump, Nevada. Hey, Ted and Elise, how you doing?
Hi, from the desert of Nevada. Like Bart said, we oversee the finance and administration for Assist, and we want to thank each of you for your support and your prayers and your resources.
And we thank God for our growing Assist team and for the leaders and pastors that he's raising up to grow Charis Fellowship.
So thanks to all of you from Assist in Nevada, and now back to Texas with Bart.
Thanks, Ted. It's a good looking shirt you were wearing there. I guess it's Elise that dressed us. So thanks, Elise, for picking out our shirts for us. We look pretty good. I know that most of you are probably wondering, well, where are the Bryants? We do have them here. In fact, next up, we have my longtime friend, Philip Bryant, who's out in Surrey, British Columbia. And Phil is our Director of Development. Hey, Phil, how are things going?
Hey, hello from British Columbia. Great to have you guys join us. I'm excited. We get to do this live stream, and we've been wanting to tell people what's going on with Assist. And here's a way to do it all the way across the country and around the world right now. And what's fun is we're doing it live, and it's going to be a lot of fun today. So hello from British Columbia, from the Bryants here. And it's a privilege to be a part of this team and to see what God has done from the early days of Grace Brother in Canada to now to the Assist for the last 3 years and what God is intending to do. I hope this live stream will be really exciting for you guys and start to get a picture of what God's doing, what he can do as we work together. So hello and enjoy the show.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate that. I do want to point out that, you're all getting a little window into our worlds. And you can see on my wall, I've got guitars and lunch boxes and Coke bottles. And Phil has a lot of books on the wall behind him because he's a very, very well-read individual. So we just want to commend you, Phil, for your extensive library and your incredible knowledge. Thanks for being a part of our team. Hey, I got a couple more people that we're going to bring online now. These are actually pre-recorded, a couple of our team members who are also really, really instrumental to the work that we're doing. First up, we have Mark Artrip, who is our Director of Church Planting, followed by our absolute newest team member, Sherry Bame, and they're going to give you a couple of updates on things that they've been working on.
Hi, my name is Mark Artrip, and I'm the Director of Church Planting for Assist Church Expansion. And I wanted to give you a quick update today on some of the things that are happening with our church planting. A lot of this event will focus on church revitalization, but there's 3 important things that I wanted to make sure you know about. The first thing is this. Dane and Anna Caraway have been in the Towson area of Baltimore, Maryland for about a year now, and we're excited about the progress that they're making. They are there on the ground, they're gathering members of their launch team, they're making contacts in the community, and they're looking for ways that they can be missional and add to their team. So keep praying for them and the rest of their team with the well in Baltimore. Another thing I want to let you know is about Trey and Sarah Gilmore, who are planting Contrast Church in the Grandview region of Columbus, Ohio. They're doing that in cooperation with the church that I lead, Movement Church, and Three Creeks Church, one of the churches that we planted. We are sending them together, and we're excited about what God is doing there too. They currently have 48 people who are on their launch team. Those people are filling leadership roles, deciding that they're going to be leading small groups, missional communities, and other things. And many of them are moving to apartments in the city or buying homes in the region where they're going to plant. So please keep praying for Contrast Church and for their launch team. And the third thing that I wanted to let you know is that this fall, we're going to be starting our first ever parent church cohort. This cohort is going to be a 2-year process that guides people into bringing in their first church planting resident and sending that resident out with the team. So year 1 will kind of be the preparation year, working on the budgeting, the behind the scenes things, the DNA of the church. Year 2 will actually be bringing that resident in, equipping them, and sending them out with a launch team to plant a church. And we have 5 Charis churches who are looking to engage in that and hopefully plant a church 2 years from now. So thanks for praying for Assist. Thanks for praying for our church planting items. And we just want to thank you again for your support and your partnership.
I'm so eager to join the staff of Assist Church Expansion. I'm thankful that they saw a need and that they took steps to meet the need. My name is Sherry Bame. I live in Macedonia, Ohio, in between Akron and Cleveland. I jumped into this new responsibility to begin to gather contact information on the women so we could interact. I've started communication with about 7 so far and begun arrangements for coaching agreements with a couple of them. I want to lay groundwork for connections so the ladies can interact with other pastors' wives in similar situations. I want to be able to inform them about Charis opportunities and things that are already out there for pastors' wives. I hope to be able to provide resources for them too that will help them. This week I found encouragement in Hebrews 13. I want to help the gals to throw off anything that hinders them from what God's called them to do. I want them to run with perseverance the race that's set for them, their race, not someone else's race. And I want them to fix their eyes on Jesus and not grow weary and lose heart. My heart is for them, and I hope to bring some good encouragement.
Thank you so much, Sherry, for all that you're doing, and we look forward to all the ministry you're going to do in the lives of our ministry leaders. It's so exciting that you're a part of our team. We're so excited you're joining us tonight for this live stream. We're excited about what God is doing through the ministry of Assist, and it's possible because of those of you who support what we're doing. And when we first started Assist, we were focused on planting churches, and we're still wanting to plant lots of churches. But as we started to push into our fellowship and saw the needs, we realized that more than church planting needs to be done. And one of the big things that we're focused on right now is helping to revitalize and restart churches that are in trouble and giving them a new day. We want to show you a quick video that explains why we're into that.
Assist Church Expansion launched in 2017 as a cooperative ministry in the Charis Fellowship. Our intent is to partner with Charis Fellowship churches that are multiplying through legacy church planting and multi-site campuses. We dream of seeing our fellowship become a movement across North America by the year 2030. We define a movement as being 5% net growth year over year. Unfortunately, our fellowship has struggled, like many other fellowships and denominations, to keep pace with the decline of church attendance in North America. Overall, we have more people attending Charis Fellowship churches today than we did 20 years ago. However, that is primarily due to the growth of only a handful of churches. While our continued commitment to church planting saw 113 new churches added to the fellowship between 1999 and 2019, we also saw more than 140 churches close or withdraw from the fellowship. As of the start of 2020, annual reports show that we currently have 99 churches in decline, 28 of which have fewer than 25 people in weekly attendance. For a fellowship with only 230 total churches, these numbers are alarming. These numbers also validate that if we're to see our fellowship become a movement, we need to find effective ways of providing support to those churches that are in danger of closing. If we want to increase our gospel footprint across North America, we can't just focus on church planting. We must also give attention and resources to church revitalization and church restarts. So it's with this in mind that Assist Church Expansion has committed to partnering with 30 churches over the next 5 years for the purpose of revitalization and restart. In addition to working with churches that are planting and multiplying, we'll also help our fellowship preserve its gospel footprint in communities where our churches already exist. We'll work with churches that are plateaued or in decline to help them plan for a healthy and vibrant future. We'll help these churches find restored hope and a new day.
As we did our research across our fellowship and we saw districts being shrunk by a huge amount of numbers and churches in decline, such a large number, it was kind of a wake-up call to me and to our team that we needed to do something about it. But our problem with aging out churches isn't new to just our fellowship. It's actually happening all across North America and Canada. So we started to investigate what other denominations were doing and how they were going after actually finding ways forward to help these churches have a new day. And so we've been working on that really hard, and we came up with a strategy, a 5-step strategy that helps us help churches find a new day. I want to have an interview with one of our churches that we're working with and also tell you about that strategy in these next 2 videos.
Name is Keith Michael. I'm an elder at the Rosemont Grace Church in Martinsburg, West Virginia. I grew up in that church, so I've been a member there since I was 6 days old, actually, right? I left for a time period for military service, college, actually went out and tried some other churches, but ultimately came back to the church about 12 years ago. And I've been serving on the leadership team there for about 7 years now. So experience with Assist has been nothing but positive. And that started I started talking to Nathan Bryant about 3 years ago when he was first getting Assist up off the ground and everything. And it was at a GBIF board meeting. And loved the concept of what they were trying to do with doing church plants at that time. And I asked him, I was like, well, my church actually needs a revitalization effort. And we started talking about it at that meeting and everything. Well, about 1.5 years later, we were struggling at our church. Our church has been in a pretty steady decline for, I'd say, the last 10 to 15 years. And we had tried a lot of different options, looking at bringing in different associate pastors, looking at different programs. And as a leadership team, we had figured out that we didn't have all the tools necessary in-house at a small church to understand what exactly was going on and how we could better serve our community. So we reached out to Nathan at that time and asked him to come in and start talking and working with us. And that was April of 2019 is when we started working with Assist. And we started that process then and there of talking with them. Nathan came to the church several times to explain to our people exactly what Assist does and the plan that we need to follow. And in between those times that he was there, myself and other elders at the church would get in front of the church body and explain to them that the fact that we want to be doing more as a church, right? We want to be connecting with our community around us, and we felt like we had lost touch. We love each other, family environment at the church, but we weren't reaching the lost in our community and everything. And there were several of us that had a passion for that and wanted to start to spread that passion to the other people in our church congregation. And we wanted to identify and find a leader that could actually get us there. And Assist has been a partner with us all along. They've helped us identify who that leader is, and we have a fantastic leader now in Pastor Andrew Leisure. And I think God's got big things in store for us. We're new on this path, right? We haven't been to a boot camp yet, but the process of working with Assist so far in the first few months here of identifying a leader and getting our church ready mentally for revitalization has been great.
At Assist Church Expansion, we're working really hard to try to preserve the footprint of the gospel where we already have churches. We do that through revitalization and restart. At Assist, our process for revitalizing or restarting a church, we call our 5 big rocks. The first big rock is unity. We need to unify the church. First, the leaders of the church, the key stakeholders of the church, then to the congregation itself. Jesus said a house divided against itself cannot stand. So we have to be unified. Unless the whole church is unified towards a partnership and process for revitalization or restart, we will not move forward. The first step is unity. The second big rock is leadership. Most churches that are in a position that need revitalization and restart are looking for a shepherd or a teacher. Both of those gifts are really important in the church. But a church can't go from where it is to where it needs to be without a strong leader. We're looking for a strong leader to help that church move forward. And that leader we're trying to find is someone who's also aligned with us theologically. We work hard to make sure that the person who's coming to take on a fellowship church, it doesn't just want to lead the church, but wants to be part of our family. That's really important. The second rock is leadership. The third big rock is team. You can have a fantastic leader, but he's limited to the gifts that God has given to him. There needs to be more than 1 or 2 gifts applied to the vision and strategy and the execution of a plan. It's really important that he has a team of people to round that out. Also, having a team gives you more people in the church to push that vision forward, and the leader isn't doing it by himself. It's really important to have a team. Fourth rock is a plan. We want to help the church build a comprehensive strategic plan. Our goal at Assist isn't to give them a prescribed way of doing church. We actually want to help them think through for themselves. How do we reach our community? How do we make disciples? How do we reproduce? And at the end of the day, they don't just have an idea of what they're trying to accomplish, but they have a comprehensive strategic plan. The fourth big rock is a plan. The fifth big rock is launch. You've got unity in the church, you found the right leader, You've built a team, and now you have a strategic plan. Now we want to execute that plan and launch that new vision into the community and reach more people for Jesus. We want to see a new day happen for that church. The illustration that we use to tie this all together is like inviting people over to your house for dessert. But when they get there, you're not ready for them. The house is dirty, the table's not set, and there's no cake ready for dessert. But what we want to do is we want to clean the house, set the table, finish baking the cake, and then we open the door. We want to unify the church, find a great leader, build a good team, finish building a strategy and strategic plan. Then we want to launch that new vision into the community and see who God will allow us to reach and create a new day for that church. So that's our strategy, 5 big rocks. We're using that in all the projects we're doing to refresh their vision, to revitalize churches and restart churches. We've only been functioning for 3 years, but already we have 23 active projects that we have partnerships with. Now, we have some church plants that we're doing. We have a bunch of churches that are looking to multiply and plant themselves, and we're preparing them for that. We also have some churches that are campusing with us. But the vast majority of projects that we're doing are restart or revitalization, and we're so privileged to do that. And it's so cool to see Keith talk to you about what's happening at Rosemont. We want to have another guy share about what's happening at his church.
Hi, I'm Brad Gromas. I'm the lead pastor here at Grace Church in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. And I've had kind of a unique journey in connecting in here with our church family. It started about 3 years ago or so when the Ephrata Church reached out to the church where I was serving at as executive pastor in New Holland and indicated they needed some help, that they were in a place where needed some consultation and support. And we were able, as a church family in New Holland, to provide some consultation services for about 10 to 20 hours a week. And I began working with the church. And in that process, the current pastor of the church really felt the Lord leading him to a place of retiring from ministry, but still connecting in to serve. And my role as a consultant turned to one where I helped the Ephrata Church connect in with Assist Church Expansion. And through that process, after we went through the initial connection between the church and Assist, there was a vote to move forward, and it was very encouraging and exciting, and the church was energized even through that process of looking forward with hope to what the future would provide. And as that process continued, actually very shortly after that vote was taken, the executive director of Assist, Nathan Bryant, reached out to me, my current lead pastor at the time, and the elders here at Ephrata Grace to consider the possibility of transitioning me from a consultant role into the lead pastor role. And that moved forward in pretty short order. So I have actually been in the role I'm in now for about 1.5 years as lead pastor at Grace Church. And it's exciting. It's also hard. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a lot of things that take lots of brain power, lots of resources, people resources, money resources. But one of the greatest supports we've had in that process has been our partnership with Assist. Assist has served as the sounding board for us to bounce ideas off of. They've been able to provide counsel and insight as we've gone along. But one of the greatest things is Assist has never come in and told us, this is how you will do church. They've helped us develop a framework. We're currently working through a definition in our context of what a healthy disciple of Jesus looks like. And from that, we're developing a pathway forward for discipleship, as well as a pathway forward in assimilation. The idea of what does it mean to connect people in to the life of the church. And Assist has been great to provide some of those frameworks and to give us the opportunity to think through concepts and, again, processes that we wouldn't have thought of on our own. Now, we're still doing the work. We're still the ones who are making the decisions and moving forward, but Assist has been a great resource in that for us to move forward. And I got to tell you, I am excited for the future of the church. When I first heard about the opportunity to do this consulting thing, I'll be honest, I wasn't super excited. I thought, oh, small church, really struggling, not sure all that we can do to help, but we'll give it the old college try. But then I got here and I saw that there was great potential for what God wanted to do. God had done great things over the last 40 years. And we're almost at our 40-year birthday here this August for what God has been doing through Grace Church. And we were, as we started to have those conversations, I got excited about what God was going to be doing. And as Assist has helped us broaden our perspective as far as what does it mean to impact our community in our context using our resources and our strengths and our flavors of who we are as a church family, I have gotten nothing but more and more excited to be part of what God is doing here. We were hoping for a potential relaunch this fall or maybe this spring, and then COVID-19 hit. So we're still figuring out when that's going to be. But we are excited about that. Part of our partnership with Assist has been to breathe new life, fresh energy into what God is doing here. So from my context, from our church's context, we are so grateful for what Assist has done and so grateful for the path that they have helped us walk. They've walked alongside of us. They haven't told us where the path is or where we're heading, but they're helping us determine that on our own, and it is an exciting journey to be a part of.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're doing such a great job there at Ephrata. You're giving it a new day for sure, and it's been a privilege and an honor to work with you and with your church. Our fellowship has so many incredible leaders and so many great things taking place, but we also have a lot of churches that are in big trouble. And we're not sure how to do everything. We don't think that we are everything to everyone, but we are wanting to be part of the solution. And we think God has given us a really good plan. We have a fantastic team, and we want to work to assist as many churches as we can. As we've prayed about it as a team, we've thought, what can we do over the next 5 years to put a dent in trying to rescue some of these churches? And so we've made a goal of seeing if we could take on 30 new projects over the next 5 years. That's very ambitious. It's going to take a lot of work, and we're going to need your help to do it. But we'd love to be part of seeing a new day happen for 30 more churches across our family. We want to share one more story with you of someone who's doing a great job in Bowling Green, Ohio.
Hi, my name is Eric. My wife, Christina, and I have been serving in ministry for a little over 25 years now, and we had the privilege of getting introduced to Assist as we were searching online for where God was leading us next, and sat down and had a conversation with Nathan and with Bart, and found that we had like minds and like hearts, and that the Lord was leading us in the same direction, and they introduced us to the church here in Bowling Green. Bowling Green Church here has existed for a long time, and God has done incredible things through this church. And they were at a season where they were asking what was next. And in God's providence, what he did was he introduced Bowling Green Grace Church to Assist, and they had a conversation about what next steps might look like. And the beauty for me stepping into this church was that Nathan and Bart had this conversation with the church, had laid out what the options were, and this church, in their conversations with Assist, were able to come to a place where they said, we want to take that step of faith, and we want to see what God would do in this new season as we look at revitalization, maybe even a restart, because we want to see God come and show up in the Bowling Green community for generations to come. And so we were invited to step into this process, and Assist made that so easy because the hard conversations were had, the clear boundaries were laid out, and the expectations were set. And so we were able to jump in, to build relationship, to gain understanding of what was going on, and to be able to pray about what the new revitalization and ultimately this restart's going to look like. And frankly, to have Assist come alongside us and to provide not only coaching, but camaraderie, to provide instruction and conversation and community through our cohorts monthly, through coaching, through praying, through having trainings online. These have been so essential and helpful for us to not only get to know the community, but to have men and women coming alongside, supporting myself, supporting my wife, to be a part of the community of the church. So this has been something that we as a whole fellowship have been able to jump in together and do. It's already a difficult season to face a transition, to say, God, what's next? And to have to lay it on the table and say that one of the options could be that the doors are closing, and another option is almost as scary to say we might need to change and do something brand new. And Assist has made that much easier and has facilitated with wisdom and understanding for us to transition, not only as a family to come in and lead, but for our congregation to do that as well, because we have relationship and we have history, and we've seen God's fingerprints in what he's done in the past. And we're excited because I'm convinced that we're going to see God's fingerprints for generations to come in the future. And I'm thankful that God has led us to Assist, and through Assist is leading this church to have a brand new start where we can serve Jesus and see him glorified in and through our lives for generations to come.
It's incredible to think of all that God has been doing in and through Assist. I'm just amazed at what God is doing in the last 3 years alone. We want to see the Charis Fellowship become a movement. And we want to see this fellowship not lose its footprint and the different places that it's been at. The truth is, there are many churches that need a new day. Well, what a vision to see 30 churches that need a new day, and 30 churches that would be revitalized or restarted and find a new day over the next 5 years. That's our goal. We're believing God for 30 churches over the next 5 years. You know, it takes us about 2 or 3 years to partner with these churches as they move from where they are to where they want to be for their new day. And as we work with churches like this, it costs Assist about $25,000 per project. So I guess you can do math. If you get 30 churches at $25,000, we're going to need $750,000 to see this happen over the next 5 years. And we'd love for you to be part of that. Many of you are already praying, and some of you are already giving. And we'd love to see our family really embrace what God is doing through Assist, especially in this new day space. I'd encourage you to take a look at our website and look at the different projects that are already present there, and be praying for us as we give out those newsletters and emails that go out. We're giving you information related to what's happening. It could be in your community, in your area. We're going to start a banquet. I'd encourage you to invite your friends and friends that would have resources to come and be a part of what we're doing. Maybe you could actually talk to your missions commission or your missions committee and say, hey, what about Assist and the project that's maybe in your community, your area, that you can be connected with? What I know is that God wants to have a new day for these 30 churches, and God is somehow allowing Assist to be part of that. And we'd love for you to be part of that too, and join our team, be partners with us to finance this project and to pray for us. And we're so thankful for those of you who are doing that. And we look forward to what God is going to do. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could see this goal reached, that in the next 5 years, 30 churches would have a new day? Bart?
Well, thanks, Phil. We've really kind of come to the end of everything that we wanted to share with you this evening. We hope that you have been encouraged and that you feel like you've been informed with the things that are going on all across the country. We're working with churches from California to Maine, all down the eastern coast into Florida, and then, of course, in the Midwest, Ohio, the heart of Grace Brethren country. I'm sorry, Charis Fellowship country. And you know, we're probably working at a church near you if you're not in one of the churches that we're already working with. We really appreciate your prayers. We appreciate your support. We couldn't do what we do without your support, your prayers, as well as your financial support. As Phil has already stated, you can visit our website and you can find out more information about specific projects. You can reach out to us and let us know if there's a need in your church. Perhaps you'd like to connect with Nathan and have a conversation about what a revitalization in your church might look like. We'd love to have those conversations with you. And before I sign off and hand things back over to Bartley and Wade, who are going to kind of finish us off here this evening, I want to extend special thanks to the team at Renew Church, Eric, Merrick, and Natalie, for making all the technical stuff here possible, bringing people from all around the country and queuing up the videos and making us look as good as we can look, given all the circumstances, and bringing this feed to you. I want to thank Brad Gromas, Eric Coltrup, and Keith Michael for spending the time with me and letting me get those videos of them and just sharing their encouraging words about not only what God is doing in their churches, but just the partnership that we have with them is really, really a special thing. And they are just the tip of the iceberg. There are many other guys and many other churches that we're working with that we are appreciative of as well. We want to thank Phil Sparling, Tom Avey, and everyone else involved in coordinating all the stuff that's been going on online this week. It's been fantastic to be able to connect together as a church family, even though we weren't able to get together in Winona Lake this year. We hope that we'll all be there next summer in Winona Lake for the next Access Conference, and we hope that we'll see you there. And that's all I got. So we'd love to hear from you. Please reach out and let us know if there's any way we can serve you. Let us know how you might like to come alongside us if that's something that you're interested in. And with that, I'm going to turn things back over to Bartley and Wade.
Thanks, Bart. Woo! A lot of good stuff.
That was great tonight.
A lot of good stuff.
I don't know how much of that you saw ahead of time, but for me, it was all like fresh watching it.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. You know, I watch all of that and I say, Assist Church Planting is organized. They are polished. They've got a plan. They've got great people involved. I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. Yeah.
And the Bryant brothers are a part of it, and they're polished. Who knew?
You know that there's some other good people helping out in this situation, which is
so
smart.
what are some things that stood out to you?
First of all, I love the graphics. I like good graphics, right? So the fact that there's some really good videos that describe what their vision is and what they're doing, some of the things that are happening, I thought that was amazing. And so just to be able to see it like that while you're hearing it, that's awesome for me, and I think a lot of people appreciate that. So just to see the different things that are happening in the different places, you know, there's a story behind each one of those things, and I just love hearing the stories. I've got to meet some of these guys, but not all of them, you know. So Keith Michael, it was great to hear his revitalization story. Brad Gromas, you know, I've met Brad a number of times, and used to go down to the Eastern, you know.
Brad Gromas was one of my Operation Barnabas leaders.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm still alive.
I would get to see him down at the Eastern Focus Retreats.
Yeah.
When I was, you know, doing the stint as fellowship coordinator. So that was great, you know, just not coordinator, executive director. I don't even know what the title was. But yeah, so Brad, it's great seeing him doing what he's doing. I think it seems like a really good fit from what I can see. And he's doing great stuff there. And then also Eric and Christina Holtrup. I haven't had the privilege of meeting them, but it looks like some really good stuff happening there too, and a little beard competition going on with it all.
Yeah. I guess, man, if I want to get real with it, I got to grow a bigger beard. Problem is, I'm a little boy and I can't. Hey, so we want to make a mention. There's some comments about like, hey, this New Day campaign is great, but we're still part of church planting, right? Yeah, we're still a part of church planting. Assist wants to do it all because we want to see our fellowship become a movement. And that's going to take church revitalization with New Day campaign, and it's also going to take still planting churches.
Absolutely.
So we're kicking off this new campaign, and we're going to be pushing it. You're going to get to go to, hey, if you go to right now, you see on your screen, New Day campaign, assistcx.org/New Day. Go check it out. Go get all the information. You'll see the videos, and you'll be able to share it with people, see how you can help support it. So go there, figure out how you can help support it, figure out how your church can help support it. Share that website with your church leaders if they're not watching tonight. Get them in the room and show them a video. Say, hey, you got to check out this video, and let's go to this website together and let's talk about how we can support it, because it really is powerful and it can really be a huge thing for our fellowship.
There's resources here that you can be sharing and showing people the vision of what's going on at Assist, and there's so many people that would be encouraged. I imagine, you know, like myself, when I first got started involved in church planting, you know, if I'd seen stuff like that was available to me, I'd have been like, sign me up. Like, let me talk to who I need to talk to. People that are maybe, you know, restarting something, or it's in transition, to know that there are people out there that can guide them and give them help and walk alongside them and not control. You saw that as well. Not control what they're doing, but just coach them and help them find the plan that God's leading them to. That's all good. It's great.
Yeah, Assist is committed to a methodology, but not specific strategy for your specific church context,
right?
Which is an awesome thing. Because there are a lot of people out there who want to control everything you do.
Right.
Assist wants to see legacy churches that first and foremost impact the kingdom of God, see new believers, right? See new people come to know Jesus, and then right alongside of that, our fellowship. We want to see our fellowship grow,
Yeah.
right? And that takes churches out there that are going to be long-standing, that are going to have a legacy behind them.
We
that are
should
gonna
be
help
clear,
start new churches.
too, that legacy doesn't necessarily mean that they all look exactly the same. There's a
No.
lot of variety within legacy churches. It's just
Yeah.
that commitment to becoming self-supporting and then being a church that can, start other things and, be a church that other things depend on, that can support foreign missions, right? Like how do foreign missions ever get supported unless there are solid churches that can sustain themselves and then, sustain those missions, right? So
Yeah.
all of that is good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, and then some things that you didn't hear tonight, like, again, we're a part of church planning. Dane Caraway. It's
Yeah.
a great story. You got to see that story if you were watching our fellowship live stream. We are one, which if you didn't get to watch it, you should have. You should go and watch it again.
Go check
It's
it
on
out.
YouTube. You should check it out.
The largest gathering in the history of our fellowship.
Yeah.
For all we know.
You can check out just the show or with the pre-show. And
Yep.
let's be honest, you should watch the one with the pre-show.
Pre-show
There were
was pretty
people
good.
sharing it without cutting us out. Like, come on, come on, guys. Anyhow, you can watch that, but you get to hear the Well, which is their church name that they're planting.
Yeah, I love that
just
name.
outside of Baltimore. You should go check it out. So go to the Assist CX website and check out Dane Caraway's story as well with church
It's
planning.
very well done. I think Scott Avey did the video for that,
Yeah.
and it looks great. It tells the story really well. You get a good picture for what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm excited about those guys down there.
Yeah.
And we've got lots of stories like that with church planning. So
Yeah.
Assist is still very much involved in church planning along with this New Day campaign. And
Yeah.
so again, Assist wants to do it all because they want to see the kingdom of God grow. They want to see people come to know Jesus, and they want to see our fellowship become a movement. It's all good stuff. If you don't support it, there's a problem. I'm just kidding.
Wow,
I still
laid
love
it
you.
on thick now. You know what else is cool in our fellowship?
Yeah.
Is that there are resources in our fellowship. I know that we're not in the day and age where you can just go out as a church planter or missionary and just raise tens of thousands of dollars real quickly. Like things have changed somewhat in that dynamic, but there are still resources out there. There's probably more expertise resources than we've ever had and partnership opportunities than we've ever had. And churches and pastors and Christian workers that are willing to work with you and willing to help you. And you may be in a church that's maybe floundering right now, but there are other churches in our fellowship that could come alongside you and help out, right? And we've seen many examples of this, and that can look a lot of different ways. They could, completely take things over to just coming along and helping in the way that you and your congregation want to or whatever, but there are people out there that can help. And if you're starting something new, there are people that can help with that too, that have been there, that have done that. You've done it, right? And you're helping now.
Yeah.
Because you have a heart for that.
For
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it's all about. Hey guys, also you're going to be looking forward to some events that are going to be coming up. Assist does boot camps.
Yeah.
Now, because the COVID season, we're still trying to figure out what that's exactly going to look like.
Yeah.
But whether it's in person or it's virtual, there's going to be something coming.
Yeah.
And so if you have a church or your church planner who could benefit from a few days of intensive workshops to help you with your plan and getting your team together and being unified, having leadership, all those big rocks that we talked about from that awesome video you saw.
That was great.
If you want to go somewhere, so whether you're a church that's just looking for a refresh or a restart, revitalization, or you're a church planner and you want to connect with Assist and you have a team, say, hey, I think maybe I could benefit from this.
Yeah.
It's a great time. I've done it. People that are on our staff at Renew Church have done it.
Yep.
I have friends who have done it. It's a beneficial time. So it's a 3-day intensive.
That's in September?
It's going to be, who knows?
Okay. Stay tuned, because everything is kind of up in the air.
Because
right
everything's up in the air.
Yeah.
Usually there's one in the fall around either September or November, and then one in the spring.
Okay.
But because of COVID right now, things are a little kind of, hey, let's wait and see what's going to happen. But what we're planning for is something in the fall, something in the spring, whether it's virtual or it's in person.
So keep
there will be
checking back.
something.
I haven't been part of any of your guys' boot camps yet.
Yeah.
I will at some point, I'm sure. But I remember going to boot camp when we were getting started with our church so many years ago. And I can say that experience was so vital to getting everything started, because you think you know, right? When you're a young church planter, you think you know so much, but then you get in a situation like, oh, I haven't thought through that. And to have people actually coach you and guide you in the conversations, and at least to know that you had the conversation about something. It's like when you get married, right? You think you know what you're going into. And to have somebody at least bring up the questions that you need to be asking is so valuable and increases your chances of success so much. So I hope that a lot of people will.
And something that's outside your team, because you have your team that's there with you, and however many people that is. But to have an outside perspective that has a heart, that has history, that has some experience, to be able to just throw ideas off of, work through your plan together.
It's helpful because sometimes even on your own team, you're having some conflict over things, or maybe not all seeing things the same way, and there's some tension. So an outside voice can maybe just
some tension on some teams.
can just help that a little bit, right? An unbiased perspective. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so before we wrap up, we just want to, again, hey, you can share this stream because it's going to become a video. And so it's going to be posted with, I'm sure, with the pre-show and without the pre-show, just the great content of the actual Assist live stream. And so if you have people that didn't get to watch it tonight, we want to encourage you guys to follow the YouTube page for Assist Church Expansion. Follow them. Go like them on Facebook so that way you can see the posts. And when the videos are up, share them. Direct church leaders to them. Again, if you're a church leader here tonight, maybe you want to play it at one of your services. That would be great. Or just share it around to your church congregation. If you're somebody who's has a church leader that's above you that wasn't watching tonight, you want to point them to those links where they can go and watch tonight afterwards, because it's going to be posted up. It's going to be great stuff. You should do that for sure. Absolutely. And then again, the New Day campaign, go to the website, check out the sorry, I can't talk tonight. Check out the New Day campaign at assistcx.org/New Day. Figure out how you can help support it, how you can get involved, and you'll find the videos there as well.
I know we have a lot of influencers that were watching tonight. I was watching the names in the stream and responding to some of the stuff that was there.
Yeah.
And I know we've got a lot of leaders in our fellowship, a lot of leaders that are connected with Assist, consultants, and different people that are helping with all of this. I know you guys are connected. I know you have people that you can be pushing this out to. So please share it with as many people as you can. People that you know could benefit from going and checking out the Assist website, could benefit from checking out what happened here tonight, and just getting exposure to the opportunities that are there.
For sure.
You might be doing somebody a huge favor, right, that could change the course of their future in church planning.
Yeah, and if all goes as planned and we get to have a normal conference next summer, the plan is to have our fellowship conference in Winona Lake at Grace College.
Mecca.
It was supposed to be there this year. It's going to be there next year. We're praying for that to happen.
Lord willing.
Assist will have an event there, like always. A New Day banquet surrounding our new initiatives and movements.
Nice.
And so
do we know what we're
planning
eating
for that
yet
now,
for that?
so you can be there, inviting people to it. It's always a great time. Our banquet's always the best. Maybe
what should we have for that? Filet mignon?
Nathan could swing that. Sure.
We'll work on that.
Ted, you swing the filet mignon for the meal? Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe Bill Cates, he'll help out a little bit.
I was actually thinking Ken Seifert, that big boat that we
because
saw.
He's retired. He's got that
yacht.
He's got that interest money going on. Man. Or we buddy up to Ryan Ball. It's just friends.
Yeah.
Ryan, we're friends, right, Ryan? Yeah, anyhow, just joking. So share the stream with people. The video, once it's posted, go to the website, check things out. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Hope it was encouraging. Hope you got a lot out of it. And be praying for all those projects. Connect with the different leaders. Connect with them personally. Hey, reach out to Brad Gromas. Reach out to Eric Holtrip. Go to the website and check out our church plants and the leaders there, and learn how you can connect to them and get on their prayer chain. However you can help support, whether it's financially, prayerfully. Hey, maybe you want to move to one of the cities and help plant a church. There's been crazier things that have happened.
That's right.
But so think about all of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you later.